every Saturday. Local chefs create savory and artistic dishes for you to enjoy making in your own home. So add a new recipe to your collection that is sure to be a family favorite here at Scenic Vantage Point.
Hello, and welcome to What's Cooking at the Farmers Market with Port Huron Hospital. Today is our first show, our inaugural show, and we're happy to see so many people here in our audience watching us cook this live. Today we have as our guest, well, first of all, I'm Sherry Shalani. I'm with Port Huron Hospital, and we have Chef Phil from Powers Diner here working with us today. Welcome, Phil. You have some things planned for us, don't you?
Yeah, we're going to do a leek soup to start out with. It's a healthy food. If you're not a real onion person, you can use this on salads or in soups. It's a really, really mild onion, and it is really, really good for you. It's easy to make, and it'll retain in the refrigerator for up to a week. Should we start? Okay.
I think that's a great idea.
For you that don't know what a leek is, it's an oversized green onion. This part of the leek is unedible. What you do is cut this off, cut the back off, discard this into a garbage bowl. Now, leeks have a tendency to have a lot of dirt in them because of the way they grow in layers out of the ground. So we got to get the dirt out of here. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut this like this. Put the flat side down so where you're cutting it doesn't roll. Then we're going to take the leeks and we're going to put them in the water. The leeks will float. The dirt or the soil will fall to the bottom of the bowl. We're going to do 2 of these. This is good for garnish if you want to garnish something after you clean it up.
Phil, is there a good way to tell where you actually cut off the ends?
This here, generally somewhere just above the white part. What we're trying to do here is, we could cut it down here, but we're trying to give the soup a little bit of color, because this soup is going to become very like milky looking because of the flour that we're going to put in here. So we try to retain a little bit of that to give it some color. Now, I don't know if any of you can see this, but there's already sand in the bottom of this bowl. What we're going to do now is we're going to get a little heat going here. We're going to take a little bit of margarine. We're going to put it in the bottom of this pan. A little bit of flour.
Recipes for this, the potato leek soup and the other item that Phil is going to cook today will be available here to take home with you. And they're also going to be on websites for downtownporthuron.org and porthuronhospital.org.
Now we're going to take the leeks, strain it a little bit, put it in the pan. All we want to do is tenderize these just a little bit. You don't have to get them to the point where they're really tender because they're going to continue to cook. Now, the potato, you can either take this potato, boil it, cook it in the microwave, but if it's fully cooked, it's a lot easier to work with in the soup. The only drawback to working with cooked potatoes for your soup is the potato has a tendency to shrink once it's in the soup. So if you're going to serve the soup immediately, what you want to do is cut the chunks smaller. If you're going to serve it later, cut the chunks bigger because it will reduce. Now this soup, you can use your imagination and you could take it any place. It doesn't matter. You can add bacon to it, you can add ham to it, you can add vegetables to it. Now what I'm going to use here, I like using this product because it's 99% fat-free and it has no MSG in it.
You can also get the chicken broth, the fat-free, almost fat-free,
Yes.
with low sodium too.
Yes, you
can't
can. You want to put in here, however you want to make it, loose, thick. I like my soups like this to be a little loose.
What do you mean by loose?
More base than like a cream soup is thick. This being a little bit loose is more brothy. Now once that heats up, it's done. That's as simple as it is. We're going to serve samples to everybody. Through the magic of TV, we already have 2 gallons made up in the fry wagon. But at this time, I'd like to take a little bit of time to talk about onions. We're going to be working with 2 kinds of onions today, but I'm going to describe 3 of them to you. An onion helps your asthma, it prevents cancer, and it also helps your ability for strength. If you don't have onions in your diet, you should probably somehow try to figure out a way to do it. I've showed you the leek. When you taste the soup, you'll understand how mild it is. Put it in a salad, it's very, very good. We're going to be working with a Vandalia onion. This is, if you've never had this, it's an extremely sweet onion. You can literally take a slice of this and eat it. It's extremely sweet. Excellent for salads and soups. The other onion I'd like to talk about is fennel. A fennel, it's a big bulb with stems on it. If you've never eaten it, it's really, really good on salads. It tastes like licorice. So we have a mild onion, a sweet onion, and an onion that tastes like licorice. I'll be working with the Vandalia next.
What we're going to do at this point is stop for just a second. And this will be part 1 of our program with Chef Phil from Powers Diner. We're here at Vantage Point Farmers Market in Port Huron. And Phil is giving us an idea of some of the healthy recipes that you can find at Powers Diner. It's not just a slider place, Powers Diner. We'll be back in just a moment with part 2 of our program.
Thank you.